Hey everybody, welcome to the Leo and Danny Show. Just want to say, please guys, go check out our Patreon.
Please.
Extra whole episode every week. If you're a fan, it's a must. It's a must.
Yeah. And we let loose on that episode. Every now and then we are subjected to Danny's antics when he's stayed up late watching YouTube videos of Liam Gallagher of, what is the band? Come on, dude.
I don't know. I'm black, dude.
It's the famous band. What is it called? Dino, you should know. Osiris? Oasis. Osiris would have been a better name for him. But look, when he told me he wanted to start this YouTube channel, he told me he wanted to be a rock star. So deep down, whatever Danny does, he's not going to be as happy as he would be if he were a rock star. He wants to just romance women with a guitar. He wants to have sex with groupies that love him because of his art, his music. He wants to play in front of stadium crowds. Whip his cock out in front of that crowd. And they don't care because he's a rock star, you know? The Red Hot Chili Peppers, they came out on stage completely naked, basically. They put socks on their cocks. You know about that? You remember when they did that? What do you think about that, Liam?
Like Oasis.
Yeah.
You could say they're an influence.
Sure.
I don't want to give up YouTube entirely.
All right. What's your stage name? Are you going to go with Danny Mullen?
Just black.
Okay.
Black.
That's just black.
I'm black.
Now playing black. What do you think about that, King Krog? Is that cool?
Yeah, that goes hard.
Now playing black. And do you always wear black? Do you always wear those? Just wear black?
Just wear, you see my chest.
What do you say before you throat fuck a hooker?
I don't say much. You know, I'm going to be the kind of guy who I vlog.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a hooker or a fucking groupie, I'm just like, yeah, what? Then I fuck the girl.
You think there's some kind of move where you could have a hole on the back of your guitar you can stick your cock through? I mean, is there any design that would make that effective?
Just get a scroll saw and make the thing happen.
Right there, huh? Black.
I'm tired of like the funny.
All right, well, you're a good improviser. Why don't you play a song for us, Black?
See, that's the improvising. It's fucking done, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I put on my shades. The girls want me. I get views just being, dude. So if you want me to play you a song,
Yeah, play us a song. Play us a song about him.
Let's hear
About
it,
King
buddy.
Croc. Because you're black. I mean, Black
just
is going
do
to play
your
for a
shit.
black
I don't
guy.
like- listen.
Is that what it's about? Do you play for mainly black Croc?
I don't like my views in the hundreds of thousands.
Okay.
I'm gonna get millions of views with just thumbnails and titles that don't mean anything. I'm gonna have a video and the title is just coffee,
Just coffee.
and it's me looking sad at a Starbucks.
Wow. Okay.
You know,
Blacked, but coffee by Blacked? Really?
black.
Oh, sorry. Coffee by
Black.
Black? It's people
That's the video.
they're gonna think it's some kind of brand.
And then
or
there's
something.
a next one. The next video is just called like despair. And
what would your music video be like?
It's like, well, just let me play the song. It's just like, hey, fucking sit down, producer boy. It's like you got.
Look at Austin's look right now. I kind of like it.
It's just like the song is like, it's in like a diminished fifth,
All right, let me hear
and
it.
it's just like, hey, yeah, pigeons make their way down south.
I don't think that's accurate at all.
And I live my life all day.
Those two lines make absolutely no sense together. I'm sorry, is that what you're going for? Or? They didn't even rhyme.
Dude. I'm sexy.
Okay.
I'm sexy.
Okay. Well, what do you do when a woman comes up? What kind of what's your style? Do you say like how do you romance a woman?
When the woman comes over, they come to me first of all.
Mm-hmm.
You said that already, but
Yeah.
I just want to reiterate it.
Sure.
The woman comes over,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, I can't, no. But then I do anyway.
Gotcha. And then you're into her. You ever just have the brains out, the ball sack out of your pants?
Eventually, but first I just got to be like, no. And then I let them be like,
Hey, Black.
and I'm just like, no. But then I pick up the guitar and I'm like, maybe.
Oh, okay, and then you start playing.
And then I just go. And then I make up this chord where it's an A sus major
Sus.
minor.
Sus major minor.
Suspended, that's short for. And then it's just like
Wow, that sounds fucking horrible. But cool. And so then the chicks, I mean, do they what kind of sex are you having with these girls? Do they ever inspire a song?
Listen, I just lay there like a possum.
Like a possum.
I just lay there like a roadkill possum, and I just let the girls bathe me with their teenage nubile tongues.
Okay. So it's just strictly oral sex, or
They just lick my body,
all up and down?
everything.
It's interesting.
And then when they get near my asshole and ball sack, I'm like, no. But then I'm yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that your thing? Do you always say no, then yes? Like if you're at a cash register and they're like, do you want cash back? What do you do?
I'm like, no. And they're like, okay. And then they print up the receipt, and then they bag up my groceries, and then like sometimes as much as 3 minutes later, I'll be like, yeah.
Wow. Hold on, you'd hold up the line. I mean,
Yeah, people are like, hey,
Annoyed?
what the fuck, man? It's Sunday night at 5 p.m. Like, fucking hurry up. And I'm just like, screw off, dude.
but wait, what if then she just repeats? She's like, oh wait, did you need cash back? Then do you start the cycle all over again?
I just pull out my guitar, and I'm just like, I got an E minor delicate suspended Dorian.
Okay, it seems like a lot to do every time you need cash back.
And then I'm just like,
You could carry your guitar everywhere you go.
Listen. Let the guitar sing.
All right. Wow. That's...
Fucking pussy, dude, and I'm famous.
You have no talent, though.
Doesn't matter, dude. I just am.
Okay.
Like YouTube
Do you make
nowadays,
money?
it's about being, dude.
Do you make money doing this?
Yeah, dude.
How much?
Dude, it hasn't started yet.
Okay.
But it's gonna be millions.
You ever do a show?
Yeah.
Where?
In the Viper Room.
Really? Did you pay one of those pay-to-play things?
Dude, no.
How much did you pay to fucking play? Because
I showed up. I got up on stage.
you can't sell any fucking tickets.
With dude.
I'm sorry.
I got up on stage with my bongo drums.
Dude, no, you can't sell any fucking tickets. You'd probably have like 6 or 7 girls that think it's a BLM rally because it's called Black.
Dude, and they show
So they'll
up.
go up.
And the fucking BLM girls, I just get up there with my bongo, and it's just like,
That's a little racist, wouldn't you say? A bongo?
to be black and do the bongo?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. It's because of the movie. Remember that really racist part where he does the African face with the bongos? What movie was that?
No, he's black too, and it's you're thinking to get him to the Greek.
Get him to the Greek when he plays the African. Have you seen that,
Yeah,
King Croc?
dude,
No, I never seen that.
He's never seen that clip. We need to probably pull it. Can we pull that up?
It's a black guy who does it, so it's really not that
What is it
offensive.
called again?
The African face. Get him to the Greek.
Listen, dude. African face, when Black does his bongo act, I have shoe polish and burnt cork on my face.
That's an odd combination of things to put on your face. That sounds almost like it's blackface, but is it?
It's close.
Okay, it's not blackface.
No, I'm actually...
It's kind of like a baseball player, like with the.
I'm channeling Hades, dude.
Okay.
It's a goth thing.
It's a goth thing.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So wait, are you like into the dark arts? Do you
Listen, dude.
kind of practice? I mean, I thought you were all about peace, but you're into Hades. Hades is the devil. I
Ask
don't
me
know.
what my favorite movie is.
Favorite movie?
The fucking Blair Witch Project, dude.
God damn, they really
Get off on
scammed
that
everyone. That's probably the biggest. It was less than $1 million to make, and it made like $100 million. It could be the Danny Mullen movie could blow up like
Dude, that is...
We should make it.
You never know,
is
dude.
Black's philosophy, dude. You take a camera into the woods, and you don't do anything, and you get rich.
Okay.
That's
So,
how
look,
I'm
that
gonna approach
happens.
YouTube.
That happens for some. You know, that happens for some.
Like
I
a
do
lot of
think
people, bro.
that with our boy Chad, the ghost hunter, I think we should make a video. It should be the Danny Mullen video where it's like a horror movie. You know, and King Croc has to probably die first because most black people in horror movies, do they
Gotta
ever
do
make
it.
it to the end?
No.
Do
Who's
they ever?
this?
We have a fucking virgin. Sorry.
Father owed Neil.
like-
Wow.
So,
And he
dude-
brought his... You didn't show up
In
in your
costume.
vestments or whatever they're called.
Are you okay with that, Danny?
No.
Sorry,
I
he's
want him
putting
to
it
be
on.
in costume.
I think now he has to. What about shirtless for 30 minutes of the pod because he made the unfortunate mistake of not putting on costume before.
Leo, he's a Catholic virgin. I think that's too harsh a punishment. Let's just make him put on his costume. He won't make the same mistake again. And if he does, then he gets fully naked for the first 30 minutes of the podcast.
I like that.
I just want to say before we move on,
Yeah.
the name Black is badass, dude.
Thank you.
There was that one rapper named Black,
Was it white?
but he
Yeah.
spelled it with
With
like
the-
a 6,
Yeah.
so it doesn't count.
What the
6
fuck
lakh.
is that, dude?
Which letter was the 6 standing in for?
The A.
The B.
The B.
Oh, shit.
6 ALCK?
Yeah.
That's so annoying because on Spotify,
I knew you would hate that.
people are scrolling. They're like, yeah, where's my favorite artist? Black. And they're going by the Beastie Boys. They're going by Beyonce. They're like, what? I can't find him. So he loses 25% of his possible streams because he's actually above the A's in the digits section of the scroll.
So that's bad SEO, pretty much.
Terrible.
I think we shouldn't lose the name Black though, because I think there's something there. I think if we were talking about video games and starting a Twitch channel. I feel like that could be your Twitch name.
Yeah, so just Father O'Neill fill you in. I was doing a character where my guy just goes like, ugh. And he's just like sexy and fucking edgy, and he just goes, ugh.
Doesn't have to do much because he's got the look. O'Neill, he's got the fucking look.
So you're basically a better looking Dino.
Yeah. But I'm leaning into my sexiness. I'm not wearing an Osama bin Laden Target shirt. I'm not wearing some khakis I got at Target.
Yeah.
People who can't see, there's Osama bin Laden with a crosshair over his face, like it's still 2002.
You gotta give it up.
it's
You
kinda
gotta
bitch.
give it up to Dino though, right? He's himself. He doesn't care what society
give a
thinks.
fuck.
He doesn't want to be a fuckboy, even if it would get him a shitload more pussy, and it would help us attract some young female fans, so that
Fuckboy Dino got laid.
dude, fuckboy Dino.
A year ago, Fuckboy when he was pulling his cock out at that Temecula party in front of the Oregon State cheerleaders, that was peak Fuckboy gets
Dino.
pussy Deanskis.
Can you imagine him taking a couple ab shots, putting them on the TikTok? You know, he could be the guy that dances and does all that stuff on TikTok for us, but he would never do it.
Dino, what's wrong with you? You're squandering the gift. You're like Michael Jordan if he was sitting around eating Cheetos and playing Xbox.
Yeah, you're like Michael Jordan if he would have developed some kind of drug habit and
Yeah.
just jerked off every day.
Yeah, we need to get a mic on Dino. What if Tom Brady, after his final year in Michigan, decided he wanted to be a longshoresman? It's the same tragedy.
What would Tom Brady actually do? I could see him working at maybe on Wall Street. Maybe he'd be like he'd pass a Series 7 financial test, whatever you have to do to be like a stockbroker.
Let's be honest. If Tom Brady were a stockbroker, he'd probably already be in prison for rape.
Possibly because he would party. You mean because he'd party?
Okay, because look at him.
dude.
Let's pull up Tom Brady 2001. First of all, let's look at his face. But also, he calls everybody baby, which is sort of similar to you and I, actually. And he spanks dudes on the ass. And he kisses little boys on the mouth.
He's
yo.
she's European, so they do that kind of stuff.
Tom Brady is one Super Bowl championship away from being a rapist.
Why was he so unattractive and got so much better looking over time? Do you think he got work done? You know who did get work done I watched Top Gun this weekend, and boy, did it pump me up, buddy. But Tom Cruise definitely got some work done on his face, which that's fine.
I think Tom Brady has gotten some rich people work done.
Yeah.
The kind of stuff you can't even access here in Beverly Hills.
And you can't tell if you just look at a person.
You can't tell. It's very, very subtle. He's probably flying all the way to Dubai. He's going to Dubai. That's where the best plastic surgeons on the planet congregate.
I heard
so
there's
that
hair,
Kim
there's
Kardashian,
hair.
because you don't want to, if you're Kim Kardashian or Tom Brady, you don't want to get wheeled out of a clinic with bandages over your cheekbones and ass.
And have someone take a shot, a picture, and then your reputation's ruined.
You can't have it. You got to maintain the illusion.
Right.
Robert Greene, 48 Laws of Power. You have to cast a mystical veil around yourself. It loses. If you saw Louis C.K. or Dave Chappelle bombing while working out a new hour in a comedy club in Tehachapi, California, yeah, that's for you, buddy.
Thanks for the shout out.
Yes, absolutely. It would not be as impressive when you saw it on Netflix finally. So that's what's going on there.
What do you got? Would you ever get any work done? Be honest. We're talking a little Botox, maybe some lip fillers. Okay, we're not the lip fillers. That's a joke, but maybe.
I already got
Hair
luscious
replacement.
Yeah, sure. In Turkey, apparently, they give you a fresh fucking head of hair, dude.
Damn, dude.
You come back looking like fucking Johnny Bravo.
Can they fix your hairline though if you got it pushed
Yeah,
back for
dude.
some reason?
Yes.
Have you seen Adam 22?
Yeah.
I was looking in the mirror the other day, wondering, like, what would it be like to lose my hair? Would that kind of suck? And then I remember that Adam 22 got a hair transplant, and that guy has a flawless,
You got a hair,
beautiful mane. I think so. I don't want to slander
Dude,
him.
I don't know
I
why
think
guys.
he admitted that, though. I
To
think
be
that's open
completely
knowledge.
honest,
Oh,
to be
word.
completely honest, I don't know why more guys don't do it. I mean, Steve Carell changed his career by getting hair implants.
Have you seen how good Adam 22's looks?
It looks unbelievable.
It looks perfect.
But
it looks
anything-
indistinguishable
Yeah.
from
Elon used to look like someone you want to keep away from your children.
Yeah, Elon got a hair transplant too, dude.
There we
It's
go.
not that expensive. Like, dude, I have my buddy, a guy. Don't say his name, Danny. You fucking jerk off. God, you're such an asshole about that.
Oh, yeah, because we
Love
kept this guy's
outing
affairs private on the podcast in the past.
Yeah, well, at least I'd like to not put his name out there.
This is a guy that Leo openly called a cuckold and a pushover on a podcast
an
past.
asshole. You're such an
Thankfully, it was
asshole.
about a year and 6 months ago, so it's going to be unlikely that anybody digs it up.
But
But
listen-
you're acting like I'm Mr. Spill the
Well,
Dirt.
I'm not the one throwing out first and last names. Like, it's fucking, what is that? You love when people hit up your exes, your fucking friends you double team people with, some guy you fucking finger in the, who knows, dude?
Nice. So I fingered a guy in the ass now, huh,
I
Leo?
don't want to spread that rumor, but it's possible. Anyway.
What?
I don't want to. I'm sorry. I didn't want to spread a gay rumor about you. You've never told me you fingered a guy.
Hey,
in the
but
ass.
it's possible.
What? Why?
I'm sorry.
how?
I don't know why I did that.
Only
dude.
situation whereby I can see myself putting a finger up an ass is if me and Adam Fu,
I knew
my
it.
famous double team partner, were getting going with some girl, and Fu was on a lot of cocaine. I said, Danny, I can't get it up, man. But if I don't get it up, we can't add this one to our trophy room. We can't, in Tom Brady fashion, collect another ring. In our world, we get Super Bowl rings, not for winning a Super Bowl, but from sharing a woman's body. I'll put a finger up that guy's ass.
What
if he
if
needs
the
prostate
girl-
stimulation.
What if there's two girls and they go, "We'll eat each other's assholes if you two put a finger in each other's assholes at the entire time you're watching it."
I'm going to need more than watching two girls eat each other's asses.
All right, they'll swap your cocks in their mouths and each other's assholes.
Listen, I'm going to be very honest with you and the entire audience right now.
Oh, no.
If two girls who had the goods, Leo,
Yeah.
two girls who had the goods,
Yeah.
preferably Asians with big tits, if they said, hey, you and your buddy Adam Fu can do anything you want to us for the next, until the sun rises,
Yeah.
you just have to stick a finger up, I would do it. I would do it.
I know you would, Daddy. I know you would. It's okay.
You would do something depraved like that too.
Absolutely. I'm sure.
There we are.
In the moment, in the heat of the moment, sexual satisfaction is great, and we do have someone here that has never put his penis inside of a vagina, and that is, of course, Father O'Neill. And I'm sorry to always introduce you like that. You know, yeah. Still a virgin?
Yeah.
Bird.
I was gonna
That's
say, a lot of
great.
time has passed. We got to check in on that.
Yeah, we're gonna check in.
Yeah, not a whole lot has changed.
Right into that mic, Father.
Yeah, not a whole lot's changed since the last time I was on the podcast. Still a virgin.
Has she seen your penis? Has she touched it?
No.
She hasn't even seen it?
No.
What about a cock pick?
I mean, no. I was going to say, just like, how weird would it be just like to pull out my dick and be like,
That's
hey,
seeing it, Leo.
look at my penis?
Danny, I mean, would it be wrong of us to force Father O'Neill to send his girlfriend just an unsolicited dick pic right now?
I think there are people who would have issues.
Who?
People.
Well, it's unsolicited, but it's his girlfriend, right?
You used the word forced, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to force a good
guy.
Christian boy to get naked, first of all.
I see.
Problematic. And then we're going to make him send a picture of his genitals to a chick who has never seen his genitals.
I'm thinking
She might have a
about it.
negative reaction.
Now the way you broke it down right there, that it seems like there could be something wrong with that.
Father, you never even taken a shower with this woman.
No.
No?
No.
No.
You've never even thrown out something odd like, "Hey, it'd be fun if maybe I could dick slap you tonight as part of
Leo, that's uncalled for.
I'm sorry.
We're trying to be serious here. We're trying to chip away at this guy's sexual insecurities and
I
maybe
know.
strengthen his love life. And you suggest joke things like a dick slap?
Well, I threw the in college when I was a naughty boy. I once proved to a guy that I could say anything to a girl and get a blowjob if she was, unattractive enough. And
What did you say to him?
I
What did you say?
I had this girl. I said, "Hey, I have this really crazy fantasy," and she was like, "Oh, what is it?" This was on like AIM, I believe. Still.
AOL
It was like,
Instant Messenger.
AOL. It was like 2000.
All right, so this may, for all we know, have been screenshotted. It may still be floating around.
I said it'd be really nice if I could dick slap you, and she was down, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll suck your dick, and you can dick slap me." And my buddy was like, "You're gonna have to dick slap her now, dude." I'm like, "I guess."
Wow,
man."
yeah, what a burden for Leo.
Yeah, what a burden.
Dick slap a girl. He's got to wind his hips up 6 inches and then slam his penis. I just want to see the conversation. What year was this?
King Kong, why are you laughing like that, dude? Dude, it's okay. It was like 2008.
This is how the conversation went. Hey, LOL.
LOL.
Send. Sup. Ha ha. What you doing?
Yeah.
Winky face.
You looked hot in class. I think I had a dream about you. I'd always throw the dream.
No,
line
I don't
out.
even think it was that complete of sentences.
Probably
It was
not.
like,
To be honest,
oh, my
yeah.
roommate's here. BRB. K, LOL. Can I dick slap you? Ha.
Yeah.
Yeah, YA. Or, very curiously, I used to spell yeah for the first probably 3 years of my
YA,
internet
yeah.
career. YEA.
Oh.
And I would just
yeah.
drop the H.
Yeah.
I was too cool for the H. Yeah.
Yeah, try hard, dude. Dropping the H.
I always drop the H, bro.
I want to drop that.
Like a
I'm
mobster.
sorry, Father O'Neill. I always get into like super jock mode with you and like really get crass and stuff. But I do think it's awesome that you're waiting for marriage or whatever the hell you're
thanks.
waiting for, and that there's some kind of religious thing. I like this weekend, for example. Like I didn't jerk off for a full day, and then the orgasm the next day was magnificent. So imagine him,
You didn't jerk off for a full day?
full day, dude.
Does anybody have any kind of wreath or any kind of statuette we can present, Leo? I mean, this is really an accomplishment, buddy.
You should be ordained as a saint.
Thank you.
One whole day.
Thank you.
Jesus, Leo. Do you hear that, Father?
I think he has something for me.
Bottle
bring it
of
up here.
Jose Cuervo.
Guess
Thank
what,
you,
dude?
Father.
It's fucking Monday and it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
This is a religious man recognizing your accomplishments. The "it's 5 o'clock somewhere" thing doesn't make much sense because right now it's probably 5 o'clock in St. Croix, the Caribbean islands. And there, they don't even have work days. They don't even have an economy.
Well, I bet that there's somebody fucking drinking around 5 o'clock, isn't there?
There's always somebody drinking there. But it's 5 o'clock somewhere, to me, suggests that somebody has worked a hard day's work somewhere in the world and that you're coasting off their efforts. Whereas those guys held a couple tourists at knife point, then drank water out of a coconut.
You're right.
Is that a hard day's work?
I think a hard day's work is just surviving another day on this earth, Danny. So I like to celebrate those. I like to celebrate days of survival. That's how I go by it.
You haven't even made it a whole day yet.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to survive for the day, and attempting to survive is doing something.
What about
I haven't killed myself. I haven't taken a bunch of drugs.
you didn't jerk off one day this
I didn't
weekend?
jerk off one entire day, dude. I've been going backwards in life. I have gotten a console, and I have been playing Mortal Kombat online against mostly Japanese kids, because you can tell because they talk, and I just talk mad shit. I don't know if they can understand what I'm saying, but I've said to so many 13-year-olds that I'm gonna fuck their mother and sisters this weekend, because I wasn't even creative, because I'm just in the mode. I'm really good with Johnny Cage. Well, I'm 50-50. I like losses.
Breaking news. 3 children found suspended from trees in the suicide forest after a 35-year-old Italian man in America told them he would fuck their mothers. You proud of yourself?
It's not good.
You proud of
dude.
yourself?
I'm not proud of myself. I don't know what I'm doing, but I am going to start a Twitch channel soon. And King Croc, you're welcome to come over and play some.
Maybe
Mortal
you can give me that holy tequila back.
I know you need the holy tequila back, but I have been going backwards in life, so I don't know. So this is nothing new.
So what's going on right now? Are we turning this into a gaming studio? I do want to hear more about your PS5 before we get into that.
Sure.
Yeah.
What was the tipping point? I could just see Leo speeding around town in his Challenger, the cat flying around loose in the back seat, you
Yeah.
irresponsible pet owner.
I do sometimes.
What do you think is Leo's motivator for anything?
You think he's getting into gaming for her pussy.
Pussy. Yo.
Look,
Leo, did you DM some girl who is like wearing a pink bikini playing fucking Sims in her profile picture. You're like, shit, there's only one move I got.
There's a lot of women out there that are making a nice living gaming on the old Twitch. But no, I thought it'd be I think it's an untapped market for the Danny Mullen regime, and I'd like to take that market and really go with it. All right. Now, I'm a terrible gamer. I'm a horrifically bad. And my roommate was telling me that if I got a PS4 and I went on Twitch, that all the kids would roast me, so that I have to get a PS5. And then I just got really lucky. The first GameStop I called in Glendale had one, and they go, "Oh yeah, we got 16 calls for it, but
It was in Glendale, though, so the guy answered was like, bro,
you have one, huh? I have one. If you give me 500 more, I hold it for you. I say it's gone.
you want the baby shark? I throw in a baby shark?
And then and if you want, I have a sand shark. He's only about 2 meters. You get tank for him. He's good, huh? You're very impressive.
This is shady Armenian scheming we're talking about right here. A lot of Armenians in Glendale.
Have you ever had to work with have you ever done anything illegal with an Armenian?
They don't exist in Northern California.
They don't.
In Northern California, the equivalent of the Armenian is the Russian. And I encountered a lot of, you know what, really not shady Russians. Russians, I think, are the most underrated ethnic group in the world. Let's look at the Russians.
They kill it, though. I mean, they win a lot of fucking medals, for sure, in the Olympics.
That's
big
with
time.
chemical aid.
I thought they were evil.
Dude, that's so true. They do the most performance-enhancing drugs.
100%. But let's be honest. If you have any inclination to not like Hitler, you can basically thank the Russians. If you're Jewish,
He killed it.
you
They killed it.
should worship Russian people as a group, like the Indians worship cows.
Yeah, they
All
should
right.
go and jerk off on those mountains that they couldn't scale over.
Nobody did anything to Hitler except, yeah, that sounds like a very Jewish experience. That's instead of going to Israel,
They hike up.
They should go masturbate to Russian mountains.
Well, what are they called there? The Appalachian? I don't know what they
No,
are.
there were no-
What are they? What's that mountain range?
No,
Siberian?
That was
It
no,
could be the Siberian
there was
mountain
no,
range.
there was no central mountain range.
I
in their
think
defeat.
every year, one time a year, they should call it some name. You can come up with it, you creative bastard. Where it's a feast of some kind, where they hike by foot for like 500 miles, and they collectively jerk off onto the mountains.
I'm cool with it.
You know what I mean?
I'm cool with it because if the Russians,
and being thankful. They're thankful.
if they didn't open that second front, the French weren't going to do anything. The French
Pussies.
would have been goose-stepping and throwing Jews headfirst into the incinerator as an entire group. I know some of them were already doing
Our
it, but
boy,
all of them would
our
have been
boy
doing that.
Dessler might have been gone.
Definitely. Definitely. It took Hitler really to try to fuck with the Russians. Bad move. It's like there's now people saying that this Uvalde shooter kid had pictures of bags of dead cats. Hitler was the neighborhood kid going around killing and collecting cats when one day he tried his luck with a cougar. That cougar was Stalin and the Russian people. And they fucking ate Hitler's lunch, dude.
Wow.
They pushed that motherfucker back. They used all of his resources. Those Nazi kraut bastards froze their asses off out there. And by the time they got pushed back by the Russians, they had no effort, no energy left to fight the Americans coming in from the West.
Right.
None. So yes, we need to appreciate the Russians.
Yes.
And also, every Russian I met, they all have the exact same personality. They're like golden retrievers. Have you ever met a golden retriever have you ever met like an edgy golden retriever?
No.
Have you ever met, to bring things back to Black here, a golden retriever who was like, "Eh."
That's a Russian?
No, they're the opposite. Russians are like, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Dalia used to have a joke back in the day about like he's like I gave a present to my Russian friend and he was like, "What is this? You give me job to do? I have to unwrap this? This is bullshit." And he gives it back to him.
Well, that's because there's no truth in Dalia's comedy. No, that was a bold accusation. I have no evidence to support that. But all the Russians I meet, they are a carbon copy of each other. They all have no substance abuse problems. I know it's a stereotype that they're all alcoholics.
Yeah.
All the ones up in Northern California were hardcore Christians, and they didn't drink at all. They're all very, very smiley. They're all pretty good looking, and they all have a great sense of humor.
Good genetics over there. The women are beautiful. They're tall. They're athletic and shit. Danny, what's wrong?
Leo,
Why do you get emotional all the time?
Leo, I was scrolling Instagram this weekend.
Yeah.
And I spent like 16 hours looking at Zac Efron's profile.
16 straight hours?
Yeah.
Were you in incognito mode?
I wasn't in anything. And then Google Ads started advertising the Gay Pride Parade and Magic Mike's show live in Las Vegas. And my girlfriend was looking over my shoulder and she said, "Are you fucking gay, dude?"
Well, dude, you obviously didn't take the precautions that you need to take. You need to get ExpressVPN, dude. Because even if you were in incognito mode when you were looking up Zac Efron,
Yeah.
Google still has the power to get your information with that because it's a Google product. In fact,
Wait.
what?
So how can I keep the internet, big tech, from mining my data and just assuming I'm gay? I mean, you don't think I'm gay, do you?
It's Danny, it doesn't matter
Why
if
is
you
your
are or
voice
not.
getting high?
It doesn't matter if
Your
you are or
voice got
not.
high.
Look, use ExpressVPN, buddy, because then no one's going to find out that you're gay at all. They're not going to know.
ExpressVPN?
Yes, because you're going to be able to hide. You're actually have to be able to be invisible on the internet. It turns out that even in incognito mode, your online activity still gets tracked, bro. And data brokers still get to buy and sell your data, which means more gay things sent to you. Is that what you want? You don't want Mia to think you're gay, bro.
I found an unwrapped dildo on my front porch last night.
Exactly. That's because you didn't use ExpressVPN. Look, one of these data points is your IP address, all right? So you're in the gay IP address list. That's not where you want to be.
I gotta get off
all right?
that. I gotta
Yes.
call an agency or something.
Data harvesters are calling you a homo left and right using your IP
have
address
been.
to uniquely identify you as a homo
It's
and
in-
your location.
It's in ones and zeros. It's binary.
Exactly.
They actually they draw out a cock with the zeros. Like the zeros are the balls, and
But
they
look,
turn the
dude.
one sideways, and it's a dick.
But with ExpressVPN,
Yeah.
your connection gets rerouted, dude, through an encrypted server. Is that to remind you
Yeah,
to get ExpressVPN?
No, it's just a picture of a guy's spread asshole.
Oh, see? Because you didn't use ExpressVPN. Now you're on that. You're on some database.
I think whoever is in charge of all these websites is irresponsible for how much gay content I'm getting.
It's out of control. So every time you connect to ExpressVPN, you get a random IP address, dude, and shared by many other ExpressVPN customers that make it harder for third parties to identify you as gay or harvest your data.
Stop.
Sorry.
You're making it sound like it's a foregone conclusion that I'm a homosexual. There's been a misunderstanding.
It's a big misunderstanding, guys. He's not gay, all right? And best of all, ExpressVPN is super easy to use, all right? No matter what device you're on, even if you're gay and stuff, it's very easy to use. Laptop and smart TV, all you have to do is tap one button for instant protection. Now listen. So if you really want to go incognito, protect your privacy, secure yourself with the #1 rated VPN, visit expressvpn.com/LDS and get 3 extra months for free. That's expressvpn.com/LDS. Go to expressvpn.com/LDS to learn more. My buddy, he trained with the Russian gymnastics national team one time, and he said that when they're hazing was doing shots of vodka and lifting in like a basement. So they made everybody on the team, all the college kids, go down and fucking lift and take shots. Nostrovia, and they would go Nostrovia, and he did like 9 shots.
I love it.
Fucking
Yeah, that
You
sounds
could fit in.
great.
Yeah, that's
I could
awesome.
fit in definitely.
There's a guy I trained with he was from Siberia. He's from fucking Siberia.
Is he an animal?
He's the same as all the other Russian guys I meet. He tickles me. He makes jokes while we're rolling. He's the most innocuous guy. But his fucking dad was probably an artillery sergeant who dropped a bomb on a rank of the SS.
Well, you know what? It's one of those things you can't judge a book by its cover. If you think Russian, you think cold-hearted, you think murderer, you think shady, mostly because of Hollywood and the way they portray them in film.
propaganda.
'Cause it's always like, give the man his money. How about I kill you, huh?
Oh, Freddie KGB?
How about I kill you?
Fucking Freddie KGB. Yeah, Hollywood has reduced Russians
Yeah, to nothing.
to poker, degenerate gambling,
Yeah.
Oreo addicts.
Yeah.
Oreo.
And they just have fucked up lines in movies like, how about I take your wife and I make her my bitch? I don't know.
Everybody knows.
How much of that
is
do you think
from-
is still left over from the Red Scare?
That's actually a good point. You know,
We
society.
should be scared of those fucking commies. We don't need that shit.
Yeah, I think a lot of it
Nice.
too is just Russians are a safe people to cast as an enemy because they're
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
They're whiteys.
And they're the scariest
Blackest.
people in Europe. Nobody, I mean, I'm sure there are scary Romanians and Bulgarians, but who knows any of them? So they're just like, who can we cast as an enemy who's white? The Russians. Because they used to be a little spooky and they wear leather jackets.
Yeah.
Who do you think the what is the scariest person to you? If you're face to face with one kind of, I don't know, race, maybe, you know, an authoritative, a figure. Wait, are you going to say
Looked at
black?
me. Yeah, you know what he was gonna say.
You think so?
Let's,
Oh,
It's somebody.
are you talking about authority figures or are you talking about
No.
3 a.m. in a dark alley?
3 a.m. in a dark alley.
What do
Who
you
are you
think?
about? Black guys?
As a guy who lives in California, King Croc, wouldn't you concur?
I'll be honest about this, dude.
To keep it
As a
above-
guy who grew up in Los Angeles, and I do know multiple guys that have been killed in gun violence, I'm afraid of the born in Armenia Armenian guy that is down to shoot you over something stupid and then just get on a plane to Armenia where there's no extradition, and they do that all the time.
Yeah, but they're only going to shoot you if you fucked them over.
Or if
in
you
a
fuck them
business
over,
deal.
or
I'm
you
talking
fuck-
about a
you could've
random
just
guy in a
fucked
hooded
their
sweatshirt.
chick, though, dude. I swear to
That's a you
a
problem.
baseball player that I know. He was a good man. He was from Nicaragua, and he had sex with an Armenian.
You got to be
dude.
careful saying Nicaragua.
Why?
It's because we're
It
talking
almost
about
sounds-
black people and it's close to a word.
yeah.
No,
Dude,
but yeah,
I
this
think
guy-
y'all aren't giving the South American people enough credit.
they're scary. You mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I was actually down there, I'd be way more scared of like
cartels?
cartel people than I
No,
would just.
we're
The
talking-
Mexican cartel is absolutely
but-
terrifying, and they're down to put you in
Yeah,
like a.
But you're
some
not going to
acid.
be walking next to the cartel
Exactly.
in the middle of the night.
What were those
Exactly.
guys want to do to
Yeah.
us, Danny? You know, it's possible that those guys in Mexico that scared us, they might have wanted to anally probe you.
I'm
They
sure
might
they
have wanted.
did.
They might have wanted to put something up your ass.
But now we're getting ridiculous. Now we're at the point where it's like, yeah, I think the people I'd be most afraid of are Iranian terrorists, and I'm in one of their jails, and there's an AK-47 pressed against my head, and there's a pillowcase covering my eyes. Obviously, there are terrible situations abroad.
Yeah.
We're talking about you're behind the target over there. It's 2 a.m. You just dropped off your girlfriend, then you have to walk back to your car, and somebody rounds the corner
And
in a
it's-
hoodie.
It's a big black guy.
That's probably the
Big black
scariest.
guy, but are you afraid because he's also fast? Because they're fast, and you're kind of slow.
I'm just going by the statistics that if you get mugged in a back alley in LA, it probably isn't a middle-aged white guy.
I mean, yeah. But statistically speaking, I mean, we can't be bullshit artists here. It's going to be probably somebody, a minority of some kind.
A minority for sure.
Who would you be the most afraid of, King?
Honestly, who am I? I'm afraid of no one on earth.
A guy that looks like
But-
Colonel Sanders, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know who Colonel Sanders is?
The white dude with the
Pretty
big
sure he's
beard.
afraid.
Yeah, with the beard.
Pretty
yeah.
sure he's familiar. I
If
mean,
he had a whip,
He's the KFC
Yo, I'd be terrified.
guy. He's the
I'm not gonna
KFC guy.
Yeah.
Except if he had a whip, I get it.
no, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
No, I get it.
But honestly, yeah, me too. If I see a black dude in the middle of the night, I'm already on guard. You know what I mean? We're both kind of mean mugging each other. Who's pussy? Who's not pussy? Is something about to go down?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So it is normally black people because a white dude, most of the time, he's going to cross the street for me.
Wait a
So
sec,
he's
King
crossing-
It's really just white people are more pussy.
They're gonna cross the street. Yeah, they're gonna cross the street on the other side.
I'm
Wait,
normally
King
good.
Croc, have you ever been in one of these face-offs where you're like, who's pussy, who's not pussy, and you were the pussy guy? Does that happen?
Maybe when I was really younger and it'd be like much older dude. But nowadays, no, I never lose.
Hey, let's
I never-
go.
We
Dude.
gotta say what's up to each other.
Let's
or
go.
King Croc's been pressing people, bro. Like, we've had random people opening the door here. We went to this bar and he got in the face of this security guard. Like,
Really,
King
King?
Croc does not take shit, bro.
why you pressing?
I'm not pressing, but like,
No, they came at him.
yeah,
he just didn't
I never
pussy.
start shit. But
All right, who
Yeah.
came in here
pussy
by the
up.
way? Who walked in here without any fucking?
Like two random dudes.
What?
Not
What
at
were
the
they
same
doing?
time. Not at the same time. At different times. Like they just walk in. They don't know. I guess they're looking around or whatever. So I just talk to them, and
Are they bums?
a lot of. I think one was a DoorDash delivery guy. Another one was like a.
No, there were
weird-
two other ones that were just like random dudes who were like,
Okay.
sorry, I mixed up the building. Or
Yeah.
like, I thought this was something else.
And King Croc pressed him. It's like, what the fuck you mean you messed up the building?
Listen,
Yeah.
motherfucker, you give me that tie. Give me that Thai food, bitch. It's mine now.
He was like,
motherfucker.
I just wanted to see
Yeah,
what was
you
in
took
there
your
or
name
something like that. And King Croc was like, well, I'm in here.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I'm
next
what's in
time-
there.
I'm like,
Hell
next
yeah.
time
You know
not,
what? Next
bro.
time that shit happens, you Sammy Sosa that motherfucker. You just have your dick out, dude, when they walk in. Should we do that? Should we call a DoorDash guy and King Croc just has his giant cock out?
Listen, Leo.
I'm sorry.
I don't think you realize there's a legal system, and sometimes there are repercussions for
Damn
things.
it, dude. Well, Sammy Sosa did it.
What if the delivery woman, what if it looks like Vlad on the screen of the phone and it's an old Armenian guy, but when he gets here, it's his daughter because Vlad was sick, and we have King Croc fully erect on the couch.
So Arpine comes in and she's a giant black cock. Well, you know what? That's the you could call that an occupational hazard.
Sure.
I'm sure it's happened
Definitely.
before.
Yeah, hopefully she signed something.
Our security guard said he's down to come on the pod if you want to go grab
The
him.
guy that works here, the
Yeah.
worst security
I
guard
saw
ever.
him circling. I saw him circling when I pulled up, and it looks like he's trying to get invited on the podcast.
I
right
told
now.
him that. I
Let's
said
call him up
someday
right
we'd have
now,
him on.
dude. Let's
It
call
looks
him
like
up
he's
right now.
trying to get invited. He was circling, and he kept making eye contact with me. and
Really?
I went,
Wait.
How's it going,
Is
buddy?
there a member of the crew who hasn't been here yet?
Probably.
What if we tell the security guard to watch out for a member of the crew?
Rat Dick.
Yeah, for Rat.
Yeah, he hasn't been here.
Yeah. We tell him to be on lookout for Rat Dick and then describe Rat Dick to him. Tell him, like, he's not allowed here. He's crazy. He has beef with us.
Yeah.
And just let the cards.
We could, but I don't want that guy to get murdered. And he's not going to get murdered because Rat Dick's going to have a weapon. Rat Dick is going to freak out. You're going to try to stop Rat Dick, Ralph? I'm not okay with that shit. He's going to scratch and claw the guy, and then the guy is going to die slowly of a form of hepatitis. Rat Dick has hepatitis.
He does?
Yes.
Wait, legitimately, or you
Yes.
just fucking
He
around?
has
medication?
hepatitis. He admitted
Oh,
it when we
shit.
toured his apartment.
Got it from a dirty
Yeah.
needle, maybe a tattoo? No,
I think it was a
that's-
dirty needle. I'm pretty sure he shared a needle with somebody.
Please tell me you threw away that head tattoo gun.
Well, you shared a crack pipe with Cigar Guide too, so
Oh, what
He
the
did,
hell?
he did.
Yeah, that's a good point that Father brings up over there. We were using a tattoo gun. I think it was Fanjeri's. And as far as I know, that's still somewhere in Fanjeri's apartment.
It could have spores on it by now. Could be growing something.
Is that how hepatitis works? It's like mold?
Yeah.
you better not cross. You better not cross him, dude. He's gonna spike something with his hepatitis blood.
I didn't know Leo turned into a scientist when he was drinking.
Hey, man, I paid attention in class when I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
For sure.
Why again did you get this PS5? You're saying
Well-
pussy, but I want to know. Take me back to the afternoon you walked in and purchased it. Break down your thought process.
Thought process. I should once a week play some video games online and stream it because a lot of people do this. And a lot of my fan base they're gamers. I'd say most of our fan base definitely plays video games. So I said, I want to do this right, and you got to get the right equipment. And also, the PS4 is really not that much less. It's expensive too. They're both expensive. So it was like
How much was the PS5?
the PS5 was like $500.
Why'd you say 6 first?
Well, because the bundle that I purchased was like 700 and something.
You asshole.
Well, I
You
needed a controller,
asshole.
Danny. I needed a goddamn controller. I
It
needed a
doesn't come
couple
with
games.
Oh,
I
yeah.
needed a couple games.
Yeah, Porsche 911's $5,900 if you buy it without an engine, without doors, without wheels, and without the trunk flap.
All right. Well, I'm embarrassed. It was 800 and something after taxes.
You asshole.
I could have put that in
asshole.
Tesla. I could have put that in so many things.
It was $800? Why was it so much?
Well, because the controllers are $100 each. Because there's games, Danny. There's stuff like that, and there's a headset.
How many games did you buy?
I got 2 games.
Which ones?
Well, they gave me Gran Turismo for free, and
game
then
sucks.
I downloaded GTA. I downloaded Mortal Kombat. There's this one called Ghost of Tsushima, which is this Asian guy. It's a samurai that goes against the Mongol Empire. Pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like
Pretty
this.
sick.
I don't like that you're talking trash to Japanese teens,
I
and
am.
now you're simulating a samurai.
I'm not gonna lie, Danny. I said a lot of horrible things to kids last night.
Probably
Horrific, dude.
in a
You don't
Japanese accent.
Oh my god. Dude.
While
Did I get
impersonating a
racist? Did
I
I
hope
get
you
racist?
did.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit it. it. I got a little racist when I was
Thank
on
you.
fucking Mortal Kombat. And if I lost a close game, dude, you bet your ass I said some fucked up shit.
Leo, what
You
character
bet
are you
your
playing
ass.
as? What character are you playing as?
I'm Johnny Cage because he's white and he's American and he represents America and he's a fucking goddamn. He's probably a Trump supporter if he was a real human. And he's an actor. And when his final move is he gets on stage or he does this final move where he knocks this guy's head off, but he keeps complaining about the guy being on set. He's like, this guy, who the fuck hired this guy? Take 7, and it's so hilarious.
So you knock a Japanese kid's head off, and the Japanese kid, is playing as like Yamamoto Soshuki.
Exactly.
And that's the guy who's a traditional
Mortal
Shotokan
Kombat.
karate black belt.
Right.
That's his character. You're the white guy. And
Johnny
after you
Cage.
rip his head off, you probably hop on the mic and go, "Oh, I defeated you. No sushi for you."
I did, dude. I did my McDonald's like at least 100 times. I was like, you should go to McDonald's, you fucking bitch.
And you're streaming this live.
Yeah, no, I haven't streamed it yet live. When I do
Thank
it live,
God.
I can't do it live yet because honestly, it's way too gnarly and racist right now. I have to tone it down.
You're-
I have to tone it
You're
down.
too gnarly and racist right now.
I have to tone it down, dude. But yeah, dude, sometimes when I'd really fuck them up, dude, I would say some fucked up shit, dude. I would. And it's I don't know why. I have a lot of anger. And it got a lot of the tension out, though. I'll tell you that. You should come over and play it. It's so fun.
This is interesting. Leo is like a giant racist pimple that's still being lanced. And once all the racism is out and the zit heals, then you can see what he's doing on there.
Either way, though, yeah, before I stream, you know what I mean? I'm going to make sure that I don't do any of that stuff because, it was definitely ridiculous.
Yeah,
But
I'll
we've
just
all
say
been there.
stream it now because you're already overdue for your bicentennial cancellation.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Bicentennial, isn't
Father
that
O'Neill.
150
Yeah,
years?
that's what I thought.
No, isn't bicentennial twice a year?
No, I think bicentennial cent
It's
implies 100.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used the wrong
Biannual.
biannual.
I'm surprised, Father.
I thought you were like a
you're on top
genius.
of that stuff.
It's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
bicentennial is like we're celebrating the bicentennial of the Civil War right now, probably.
No, you're right. Is
Wouldn't go-
biannual cancellation?
What if Leo's great grandfather had something to do with the Civil War and he got canceled as well? Maybe he was in the Mexican-American War.
I'm
that,
sure.
that Federico D'Ottavio fucking like raped a supply girl. Or-
I'm sure some of the Datavios along the line. I mean, I come from not only on both my mother and father's side, shady gentlemen with mistresses and a lot of pussy in the lineage.
what did Federico D'Ottavio, what do you think he did to a native girl he found when he was in Argentina?
Oh my god, dude! He probably was like enamored with her freshly unshaven vagina.
I know
or
exactly
shaven
what he
vagina.
did.
He didn't have a
They
lot. She
shaved
didn't have a lot of
pussies
hair.
back then.
Yeah, well, I believe the Native Americans had less hair, just in general. I mean, as Native Americans don't have as much hair as like an Armenian girl. Or
I
something.
get scientific Leo over here.
I know
Sounds
exactly
right.
what Federico D'Ottavio did.
Oh,
what'd he do?
God, what?
So he found a native girl who didn't gather up enough gold for the week.
Yeah.
So he chopped her hand off,
Oh.
and then he took the hand and went home and jacked off with it.
Oh my God, Father O'Neill, you.
That probably is what happened. He probably did that. And then Federico D'Ottavio probably found that same native girl a couple weeks later when she had gathered enough gold, and he put her on the back of his horse behind Federico, and he pulled up in front of a saloon, and he got an around the back horseback blowjob.
Federico D'Ottavio for sure did, and then somehow he got it. I guess in order to mass text somebody or something like Twitter would be like the town square. You think he got up in front of the town and said, "You need my big dicketh"?
I think he might have. I think he stood on a soapbox during a general town gathering. Maybe the mayor had something to say. And then after they were packing up, the speeches were over, Federico D'Ottavio hopped up and announced that he had a big penis in Spanish.
It's funny. I mean, it's hilarious that so many years people have been doing the dick, like not dick pic, but drawing dicks. Like, for example, any of the cultures in the pyramids or any of there's always phallic symbols. What do you think phallic symbols were? Where they drew just big penises. People, they call them phallic symbols.
You're
in art
referring
history.
to the Egyptian obelisk, for instance.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
In art history, they always explain it's a phallic symbol. No, dude, it was guys like us drawing dicks on the wall.
Okay. So you think
Really?
King Ramses was a big prankster,
Yes.
and him and his most trusted scribe were like, hey, dude, I bet we can get some of those Jewish slaves
Yeah.
to spend like 5 years
Yeah.
and 300 of their lives to make a giant dick statue in the middle of Egypt.
Yeah, that would be funny, actually.
But then they're like, well, how do we explain it to people? We can't say we're
I don't
doing
think
that.
that's 100% accurate. That's what happened.
And then
dude.
Ramses gets out there and he's like, I decree through the commands of Anubis above that the god of Ra shall build an obelisk in our honor.
Yes.
He dressed it up in some bullshit Egyptian mythology.
Yeah.
He pulled out the Book of the Dead and then read a couple passages aloud in order to consecrate it, but it was really just dick art.
Of course. Of course. I think
you're
that they've lost kind of. I think there's no sense of humor in the past, and when there should be. You know.
Yeah.
So you're saying that the humor is there, but it was lost in historical translation.
Yes.
We see the cocks, but we don't hear the sniggering,
Yeah.
and we don't see the elbow nudges.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
There was these little like I went to an Aztec exhibit from Mexico, and there was these little statues, and they had cocks that were the same size as the guys. You don't think they laughed when
Yeah.
they made those statues?
Yeah.
I can't believe that they're still around after all these years. But there was these little adobe men with giant cocks the same size as their fucking bodies.
We're
You
gonna
think
do
there was a real guy that had that kind of cock?
we're gonna do a role play right now. All right, you're a fucking woman. You're George Washington's wife.
Oh my God. Okay. George, where are we going?
George, you.
Okay.
You be like churning butter or something.
I'm knitting.
Madam Washington, I
George.
regret to inform you, as head surgeon of the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area,
Yes.
that your husband has passed.
No.
Yes.
From what?
He fell from his horse, and me, as the head medical practitioner, it was my call. I take all responsibility. I thought it would be a good idea to slit open the back of his head and let 3 quarts of blood pour forth onto the pavement.
Well, why'd you do that?
Did they have pavement back there? Pour forth onto the cobblestone.
Why'd you do that?
Because, as the head medical professional of my time, bloodletting is a practice I frequently resort to.
Oh, darn it, he's dead?
Yes, and we need to build something in his honor.
Well, what should we build?
Listen. What do you think about penis humor?
Well, me and my girlfriends think it's hilarious.
Yes.
We love seeing a big
Yes.
phallus.
I say we erect a massive 3-colored penis in the middle of Washington, D.C. and pretend it is a salute to the Egyptians.
Oh, that's fantastic. I like it. Will it be
Yes.
named after George?
Yes.
He had a completely average penis, even below average, but
nobody will know that based on the scale of this statue.
fantastic. So in future civilizations, they will all talk about how big his penis is.
Yes, if you can
Perfect.
fulfill one request for me right
Okay.
now.
Yes. What are you suggesting?
You must suck my dick before construction begins.
Oh, I've heard of this. I've heard of the French girls doing this. Okay, I'll try my best.
That whole bit would have died a miserable death if I wasn't able to get the mic down by my zipper.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That was
The zip
nice.
sound was good.
Zipper was good.
That was solid.
King Croc. I mean, is King Croc's cock very similar to the Shure mic that we have?
The what mic?
The mic that we have, the Shure. Is it
King
a
Croc's
Shure?
dick is terrifying, dude. You don't even want to know.
I've
Probably
never seen
longer, dude.
You won't even want. Yeah,
Dude,
Jesus.
we got to get it. We got to talk to Brooks, get another nude model, get her in here. She'll help me out in the bathroom. We'll get it shown to Leo. Leo will get the
Wow.
evidence, get some pictures done.
Wait, time out. Why don't we just have a straight hooker on the pod for King Croc? Why not?
King Croc, would you pound out a working woman?
Yes, I would.
Wow. Oh my God. In the
She's
bathroom?
got to be good looking though.
in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
What if we
Pound nurse. shit out.
$500 we get like a hot one. I heard.
Yeah, I got I thought
$250 each.
I know a chick who might fuck. I don't want to talk about it right now, but
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
don't say her name, Danny.
I won't.
I want my
won't.
chance.
Is she a fan?
No, like I know a chick who would probably fuck him for content.
Really?
Yeah. King Croc doesn't care if it's content or not. What's the big deal?
Would you film a porn for that? Nah, would you?
I want to be in tip-top shape because personally, when I cross that line,
Yeah.
I want to monetize it.
What
And I
if
wanna
Danny
get-
wanted something, to be a little stereotypical? What if you were like, you came in like a jockstrap holding like a basketball? Would you?
Yeah, I'm down, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
All right. I
I
like
want to monetize it though. I'm not kidding.
All right.
I'm trying to think what kind of porn we could do if King Croc was involved. Would it be period? Would it be like you're saying nowadays, fantasy, like King Croc is the center for the Los Angeles Lakers and a cheerleader is like I don't know, is the last one out of the locker room when he stumbles in.
I think he could play Kobe Bryant. He could literally.
Oh my God.
Cheating on my wife.
Leo, it's going to ruin whatever furniture we shoot this on.
So we get a girl and she's in Colorado, and we start the role play is.
Yes.
Wait, what if it's just like a totally normal sex scene where King Croc's just having sex with some chick, and then Will Smith comes in at the end and slaps him?
I
His wife?
don't like that.
It's going to
could
be
be
tough
funny.
on our budget.
He fucks Jada.
I think the rate,
She'd probably
Will
be
Smith's
down.
rate is going to be at least $1
Yeah,
million
she would.
to make an appearance here.
I-
Jada Smith, I'm sure she would fuck King Croc. You're right. You're going to have to ass fuck this girl, King Croc. She's going to
Jesus.
bleed. And also, she's going to have had sex with 2 guys in the week prior because they found jizz of other guys in her underwear.
It's pretty gnarly, huh? Right there.
I'll be one of them.
That's real. Okay.
Hey, but that helps cover up your trail, you know.
Yeah, it's great.
If they find like 3 or 4 different guys jizz in the underwear, you got an out.
It's kind of like when in the movie with Ben Affleck, The Town, when he throws all the hair into the barbershop. You know, no, he picks up the hair from the barbershop and throws it into the car. Sends the cops on a wild goose chase.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Town, but I get
What?
where you're coming from. I haven't seen The Town.
Oh, you gotta see
wow,
The Town.
an
King
American
Croc, have you
classic.
seen?
No, I never seen it.
What about you, O'Neill? Nobody's seen The Town?
Yeah, because maybe.
Oh, it's
maybe,
so good.
It's their fault for naming their movie The Town. Hey, listen, I got a summer blockbuster coming out. It's called The Post Office. You guys want to see it? You guys want to drive 15 minutes, park at a crowded theater, and pay
Town.
$21
The
for
Town's
the
like-
post office?
I'd go to see the post office.
No, you wouldn't.
I want to see a guy go postal at the post office.
Honestly,
Who knows what it'd even be about? You would just want to go because you would try to set up a date and you would do something shady in the theater.
Yeah, you're right.
I need a blowjob.
That's the only reason you saw The Town. I'm sure you
Jerk
had
off.
a 19-year-old
Wait,
girl.
have you gotten a handy in a movie theater?
I
yet?
did a packed one. It was like a big movie. I don't remember what the movie was, of course, but yeah, it was an older woman that I was seeing when I was selling copiers. She was like 40 and perfect shape. She was like a great older woman to sleep with. You know, she was probably, yeah, she was wild.
What movie
And
was it?
I don't remember the movie, man. She jerked me off and I reached completion. That's,
That's awesome.
Where'd you shoot the jizz?
I reached completion.
it was into my sweater, man. I put my sweater over the old my old waist or whatever, my lap, and she jerked it off. All right, and it was a packed theater, and she was really taking her time with it. And then I just I jizzed.
Okay, and you walked out through the lobby, past the Sour Patch Kids and the hot dogs, and the actual human kids with a jizz-stained sweatshirt.
Yeah,
Are you proud of yourself?
I'm not proud of myself. No,
Leo,
it was not my proudest
how
moment.
are you any better than Pee Wee Herman, who got taken away
Whoa,
for such
whoa,
act?
whoa, whoa. Well, no one saw, and I was getting, it was covered. So in many ways, it doesn't really exist. It's like if a tree falls in the woods and no one sees it, Danny, does it fall?
I think
really?
somebody saw it because I happen to know that it was Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace you did this in. And I'm sure some kids notice and are going to be scarred.
I love Natalie Portman. No, she wasn't in it yet.
She wasn't of age
She wasn't of
yet,
age, yeah.
you sick fuck.
You bastard.
She was 15.
I wasn't jerking off to Natalie Portman. Relax.
Oh my! You were probably jerking off to young Anakin.
Stop. He becomes Darth Vader, and that turned me off.
Off?
Yeah, turned me off because I don't like that he becomes Darth Vader.
There's not
He's
much
like
else.
deformed. He's
to
very
jerk off to.
unattractive.
There's Liam Neeson, who's got a giant penis. So I don't.
How do you know
think-
Liam Neeson has a giant penis?
Because that's a myth. Everybody talks about that.
Really?
Myth is the wrong word. It's a rumor, which means it's probably true.
He's 6'4" and Irish. I mean, I'm sure, or Scottish or whatever. Yeah, I'm sure he has.
Those people are not renowned for big penises.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's called the Irish curse. Long and skinny. Like me.
Is that? Are you?
Yeah.
Spreading that horrible.
It's in
rumor
David
about the
Foster
Irish?
Wallace's Infinite Jest. There's the Polish curse and the Irish curse.
What's the Polish?
The Polish curse is short and thick, and the Irish curse is long and skinny.
Which one's worse?
Probably the Irish curse. I think if you sampled most women, they'd rather have a short little girth monster.
Unless they got some tight pussies. There's girls with tight pussies out there.
Not very many these days. Because of guys like King Croc.
Yep.
That's true. There was a girl went up on one of the comedy shows I went to recently, and she did this whole bit. Man, she really just leaned into just you got to get fucked by a big black cock was like the punchline because she goes, you got to. That's how you appreciate an average cock because you really feel it in the back. Like it was just really crass, gnarly.
Yeah, she sounds like an artist.
A woman
She sucks
talking
sitting
about
down.
vaginas on stage.
Yeah, I know.
Riddle me surprise.
Original.
Dude, I know she's
Original,
honestly the
right?
worst. This chick is the worst.
There are
honestly.
guy comics. I was watching Jim Norton's Down and Dirty, which the premise of the show is basically Jim Norton's just a host and he brings out a bunch of New York comics. One of the guys, this comic who clearly never made it, I've never seen his face before, his bits were all like that. Listen, I was getting pussy and I was in an orgy the other night. He had a bit about sticking a finger up a girl's ass without her consenting to it.
Jesus.
This was in 2012 when you could still do that. His level of material is on the same level as the girl's material you're describing right now,
Yeah.
but with the added element of rape in it
Oh
too.
my god. Now I know, man. It's wild. I think girls, you'll admit, like, girls when you talk to them about comedy, they admit that there's an issue and that there's not that many of them too. So it is, there's just not that much competition too. They should get a funny girl should go out there and do stand up. Like I always tell girls, like it really doesn't take much for them to just get into the Comedy Store, get into the Laugh Factory. It's the easiest thing of all time. Basically, just go up for a while, and you might be funnier than most of the chicks doing it within the first year. Within the first year.
I mean, how funny can a girl really be?
Jesus, King Croc. Dude,
Fuck.
Ellen DeGeneres' specials, man, they're hilarious.
Did you
Better
see
than a lot of men.
Did you see Ricky Gervais's joke about that in his new special?
What,
Oh, did you have one?
I haven't watched it yet.
There were the
Oh, yeah,
implication
that
of his
he
joke
can't-
was
that he can't
basically
find
like
a-
there are tons of funny women, just like
And then he
I
would
can't
count.
think of her name.
He would count. Like,
well, listen,
he
there's
would pause. Yeah.
my theory as to why there aren't very many funny women. And the women who are funny, like Amy Schumer and Whitney Cummings. Actually, Whitney Cummings, I don't think she was ever really funny.
I've seen her live, and I thought she was pretty funny.
I watched her special on Jim Norton's Down and Dirty. It was fucking awful. I listened to one of her recent specials. It wasn't funny. And now she's become an activist. Amy Schumer's the worst. Amy Schumer's the prototype of a comedian who becomes big and then just turns into an activist and is no longer funny. Patton Oswalt's the male equivalent of that. But think about it. Men, we have to accomplish stuff in order to get laid.
Mm-hmm.
Men want attention from women. They want validation, and they also need resources. I mean, what better incentive is there to get really, really good at stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
Attention, status, resources. Bam. Women can get fucked by anybody of any status. We've talked about this, how a Denny's waitress could be dating John Travolta tomorrow if he were in a bad place. Doesn't matter how funny or not funny or how rich or not rich she is. So why are they going to put in 10 lonely years in dog shit comedy clubs working out their craft?
They're not.
They're not going to do it. And then also they have the ticking time bomb of the decaying pussy telling them to have babies. Telling them to have babies.
Savage.
So if they haven't made it by 29,
Can you be a
they're
little
out.
kinder? Can you be a little kinder with your wording there?
Yeah, it's a little
Could you be
savage,
a little,
King.
yeah. Can you be a little kinder? Can you
Yeah,
try
yeah.
that again?
Absolutely. They have
Ticking time bomb.
they have eggs lodged up their cunt
Oh.
that are going bad quicker than mangoes on a desert highway.
I think we should go around the circle, and everybody should say it in their own way. The ticking time bomb of the ovaries. Well, let's start with you, Father O'Neill.
The ticking time bombs of the ovaries.
No, but no. Say it. You can't just say that.
Wow.
Explain it in your own words. What's happening to the eggs inside of a woman, and why does she have to have kids before 35?
This is good. This is sexual education for you.
Why does she have to have
Oh,
kids?
no.
Why must she get pregnant before the age of 35, or at least before the age of 40?
So the kid doesn't come out like Dino.
Autistic and retarded.
I don't think we go around any further.
Yeah,
that was
good.
perfect.
That was exactly
That
right.
was perfect. So the kid doesn't come out like Dino. And I don't want to make it sound like men are the superior race. There are just as
Race?
many. Sex. There are just as many rock bottom fucking loser dudes as women.
In comedy?
I mean,
Yeah,
everywhere.
definitely. Everywhere,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll be honest.
So there's actually more.
It is.
There's way more.
It
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
probably, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like guys accomplish a hell of a lot more than women.
It's like a bell curve.
True.
So
They
women are
invent a
at
lot.
there are more men at the very bottom and at the very top, and women are sort of allocated towards like the averages.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
definitely agree
IQ
with
as well. IQ as well.
Women, I guess they don't invent as much as they should. But they would. I feel like a lot of women I know might play victim to that. Like, well, it's the man's fault. you know,
Patriarchy.
No,
because-
listen, women, their shit's going bad, so they need just to get fucked by a rich dude and live in a house in the suburbs. They need that, or they have that as an option, rather. Guys, we don't have the get fucked by a rich guy and live in the suburbs parachute.
Unless you're Dino.
Kid Croc. High five.
Unless you're Dino. So guys have to keep grinding and perfecting their craft if they want to keep having access to good vagina. And it never stops. It never stops. If you're a guy and you come home one cold winter day at age 45 and you tell your wife, like, hey, I lost my job. My 401k, I drained it already to buy a sports car. Which sports car I now have to sell? She's leaving. She's fucking leaving. She's taking half your shit and she's trying her luck elsewhere.
Yeah, most of the time. I think that does happen a lot. I mean, you saw with poor Johnny Depp. He thought he was rich. He thought he was famous. He thought he was a big-time artist. And she was sucking, in his own words, mollusks. He calls Musk mollusk. He goes, sucking mollusks' crooked dick.
He said that?
Wait, in real life?
Oh, dude, the fucking the email or text he sent to this guy was saying like, oh, I need you to send me this.
Wait,
and then
which guy sent to which guy?
Johnny Depp sent a text to a guy, and he was talking shit about Elon Musk in it, and he, I guess, found out that she had sucked his crooked dick. And I don't know why he knows it's crooked. He probably found out somehow, but I think it might be actually crooked because Musk was saying that the girl on the plane that said that he whipped it out, because he got Me Too'd, if you haven't known.
Yeah.
Elon Musk got Me Too'd. Let's look that up if we can, just to see some details. But he was like, oh, really? If I showed you my dick, what's it look like? So he was basically admitting that he has a weird dick.
I wonder if it wears a spacesuit.
It's got a little fucking head, like a little
helmet.
spacesuit and helmet. The
It's got a
helmet is
helmet.
where the head,
and then he can fuck all day whenever he wants, and the helmet works as a condom.
Yeah, dude, he's got buttons on it that make him erect and shit. He doesn't even need to worry about it.
Yeah, he doesn't take Viagra. He just puts his cock in a charging port.
Musk, dude, I guarantee you, he's gonna work on the cock at some. When he gets older,
Yeah.
he's gonna invent things for us, dude.
Well, he can already get a boner in less than 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Boop, with a button.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be great if you could get a boner in 2 seconds with a button. Would you do it?
It's like the same 0 to 60 time as his Teslas.
Would you spend like $100,000 on the button boner thing?
No.
Like buy a button boner. Elon Musk's button boner.
Check in with me when I'm 67.
Yeah, when you're 67, you're like, hey, you know.
They can put that in the Neuralink.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
You can upload it. It's just a fucking. It's like an app, but you got to pay. You got to pay a monthly subscription plus $100,000
Dude,
fee.
speaking of apps, I discovered something you're gonna like, Danny. Well, you are in a relationship, so maybe it's not that useful yet. But I finally figured out
AshleyMadison.com.
how to only match with Asian chicks or Japanese chicks on Bumble.
Wow.
And I showed it to King Croc, and it was like 10 Japanese chicks in a row.
How do you do it?
So you go on your account, and you go under languages that you know, and you select Japanese, and then there's this little button at the bottom to where you can make it to where you can only match with people who also speak the same language, because I guess they're trying to help foreigners out. And then, boom, yellow fever right there, baby.
Sounds great. Dude, I mean, Austin, what you need to do, man, is go to.
Don't
this
tell him
club.
to go to community college again.
I'm not telling him that. This is a new thing.
Acting classes.
That too. Me and Jacob, when he was living with me, we went to an all Asian club in Koreatown. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, buddy.
Yeah.
We're talking
Dude.
95% Asian people, and it's 70% chicks.
King Croc, we're going, bro.
Yeah, it's called
I'm
Arena in K-Town. Go.
Yo, we gotta go.
It's like a big. You got to pay like $30 to get in, but fuck it, it's worth it.
I got a great video idea that I want to do with King Croc and O'Neal. June, I think 11th is the Gay Pride Parade. So I want to have O'Neal dress up as the priest, And then me and Crean Croc set up a free conversion therapy booth.
That's funny.
Yo, that's
Dude,
actually really
hey,
funny.
watch out, man.
That's a
There's
great
some
idea.
big ass, huge, angry gays that go to
Yeah,
that.
true. And they,
Dude, I went to that parade.
yeah.
It is, dude. There's some dudes that are fucking roided out and angry gays, dude. Just be careful with those.
If
guys.
it's
they like
funny
to
enough,
fight
they might
people.
not even get mad.
They're not gonna get mad.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
you know what? We have to do something in that video to prove we're not homophobic. I voted we take Dino to a courthouse
Yeah.
and make him get gay married.
Dino, what do you
Dope.
think? Hell no. Come on.
Who?
Bitch
To who?
for that.
I thought he was
I don't
going to
know.
say yes to that. I could have sworn.
Yeah.
Brooks would do it. Brooks would probably
Yeah,
do it.
Brooks. Yeah,
Brooks, he texted me this weekend. He says he, maybe I shouldn't talk about this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Maybe I shouldn't
private.
talk about this.
All
Brooks
right.
texted me about something this weekend.
Got an STD.
I think he was joking. I'm almost positive he was.
Okay, now just make something up. What did he tell
Brooks
you?
Make some shit
texted
up.
me about a new oil painting he's working on of my girlfriend.
Doing what?
She's playing banjo.
Banjo.
Does she play the banjo?
In his imagination.
Okay, then I guess that's all that matters. He's an artist, after all.
Dude, you know what I watched? I know that you guys are going to love this. Probably everybody in this room is going to love this. I watched that documentary, What is a Woman, on Daily Wire.
Oh yeah. God, I gotta watch that.
Dude, it is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
What's it about?
It's about, it was inspired by the new Supreme Court justice, the black chick who, when they were interviewing her to see if she was fit for the position, somebody asked her to define what a woman is, and she wouldn't do it. And she wouldn't do it because she knows that a huge part of her party are radical transgender activists, and their definition of a woman is very different than the actual medical definition of a woman. So she didn't want to politically alienate anybody. So this guy, Matt Walsh, goes around asking people, professors in colleges, medical doctors, transgendered people, random people on the street, what a woman is, to see what their answers are going to be. But what the documentary turns into is a deep dive into what the hardcore left is doing with the transgender movement.
What are they doing?
It's fucking dark, dude. Like, I'm one of those guys who's always been like, yeah, I'm fiscally conservative and socially liberal, and like, yeah, whatever the left is doing socially, I don't have a problem with. But basically what they're doing, this documentary reveals, and it's said, I mean, it's firsthand out of the mouths of these medical professionals and these pediatricians and these counselors. They're giving children chemicals that are, it's chemical castration.
Right.
It's the same thing they're giving to sex offenders in prisons.
Yeah, it's called Lupron.
They're giving that to children without sometimes the consent of their parents. In Canada, for instance, they're giving it to children without the consent of their parents. They're giving them that. They are
How old?
young if they want it. And they're trying to push these narratives. First of all the people on the left they interview are so shifty. Their eyes are darting around the room. I sound like I'm describing myself right now. But there's just this absolute lack of transparency. You
Like
can
they're
tell
bullshitting, yeah.
they're chronically uncomfortable with anything approaching the truth. They're just, oh, well, you know, it's not my place to define what a woman is. And, you know, I wouldn't say that our goal is to have transgendered people using bathrooms with children. It's just, you know, this interview's over. In fact, I'm uncomfortable. I'm taking off my
Right.
lavalier.
Right.
It just, it's really, that might be the biggest selling point to me that the left is up to no good socially, is that people on the right can typically answer questions logically.
Right, right.
And nobody on the left can.
Not right now, yeah.
So many people in this documentary just get up and leave midway through. They get very uncomfortable. One guy claims that the word truth, this one university professor, leaves because the dude Matt Walsh keeps using the word truth. And the professor says the word truth is transphobic. So he gets up and leaves.
Yeah.
But yes,
It's all about post-truth society. That's what it's all about.
yes,
sir.
yes.
It's doublespeak. It's like 1984. How they say
Orwellian.
things they know don't make sense together or are just objectively wrong, and then their brain rewires if someone ever corrects them on that. So then they're trying to make it illegal for you to even correct them, basically.
Yes, like they're doing in Canada. Canada's terrifying. But one of the things that's
What's going
implied in
on,
this documentary is through TikTok, the idea that everybody's transgendered. And there are people who are transgendered, but it's a much smaller percentage of the population than is representing themselves as transgender now. And so many people are getting corrective surgeries, their tits cut off, their penises cut off, before the age of 18 even. Think about what you guys were thinking and doing when you were 18.
I mean, that's one of the older things that any older human talks to a younger human and tries to tell them, like, hey, whatever you're feeling now, you're going to completely do a 180 in 5 years. And then 5 years after that, it's another 180.
Yeah.
You're going to be a completely different person 3 times before you're 30.
What you guys saw happen with the emo and the goth kids, that is just like the weird non-binary shit now. It's the same people
like the
that
new
would have
edgy.
been like in the emo and goth scene,
So
but
now-
now it's like this LGBTQ stuff is the way to be like unique little butterfly.
Yeah, I'm black, dude.
20% of
I'm a fucking he-they.
like
dude.
under 18-year-old, I think people now or something like that identify as
And
LGBTQ.
I'm one of them.
25%?
20%.
It's because,
And it's probably higher than that, really.
yeah.
I wonder if
And
those
then that
dudes-
was like 0.5% in their grandparents' generation. So
Whoa.
it's kind of crazy.
And here is another thing that was touched on lightly in the video or in the documentary, that the motivation for this, it might be profits for big pharmaceutical companies.
Of course.
Who are giving out this chemical castration chemical. What's it called again, Austin?
Lupron.
Who are doing that. This is money for the surgeons and the doctors. That was one of the theories, which wasn't definitively stated is the reason that all of this is happening right now, but in conjunction with Big Pharma's field day during COVID, you got to be like, shit, who's really responsible for what's going on in this country right now?
Money
Lupron
talks,
is
man.
what, like, if you ever hear hormone blockers,
Right.
that's what Lupron is. So it's different from the testosterone and stuff. But yeah, they use it on people in prison to chemically castrate them so that they don't go and fuck more kids.
Yes, if they're sex
Oh
offenders.
yeah, this was big in the news last year for black communities, because what they were doing to these adolescent black kids that were getting locked up, they were saying they had behavioral issues and aggressive problems, and so maybe if they were less masculine, aka
Oh my god.
estrogen pills, testosterone blockers, all these things they were giving to these young black at-risk youth or whatever, the youth that are like getting arrested basically, going to juvie. And a bunch of parents found out about it. It was in the news for like 2 months, and then it
I do
disappeared.
remember something about that.
Yeah. So it's on a massive scale what they're trying to do to society. It's a goddamn shame.
It's kind of like post-birth eugenics in a way. Sort of like altering people's psyche and their physical biology sort of after the fact.
And the worst part is, for a lot of people, there's no going back.
Yeah.
That's like, if you're a dude who wants to be a chick and you start taking the girl shit, but you're already a grown adult, you know, it might fuck you up mentally, but if you stop doing it, after a while, you go back to normal. If you cut your tits off,
Yeah.
you like stop your puberty, you fucking grow hair on your tits and like
Yeah.
all types of weird shit.
Yeah. That's
Bro,
they had on
done.
a couple of the people who are super against this, probably more than a couple, but a couple that appeared in the documentary are post-op transgendered people. There was a woman who became a transgendered man. She's now in her 50s, and she said, listen, the amount of medical problems I have, and I mean, does that surprise anybody that if you get a new genitalia constructed out of your old one and you take a bunch of hormones, does that surprise anybody that there are going to be massive medical complications? She was saying, I need surgeries constantly. I'm depressed. I'm probably not going to live very long.
Yeah.
I would never have done this had I had a chance to not do it now. A time machine.
There's my mom always, there's like a South American saying, I don't even remember how exactly she says it, but it's basically saying, it basically says that if you don't have health, you don't have anything. And now, for a lot of you guys doing like the vapes and shit and, you know, fucking up your
Don't you
body.
vape,
with-
asshole?
I vape when somebody has it. I hit it, sure, and I'm being a jerk off, but I do believe, and I'm not saying don't do as I say, not as I do most of the time. But the truth is, like, think about your health long term, man. I mean, there's so many of the. I like speaking to older people because they always kind of have this wisdom that makes me like alter the way
Always
I
have
think.
2 girlfriends at once.
My man, dude,
I
fucking
know,
Johnny
that's
Dess.
That's the advice.
Johnny
most-
Dessler. Johnny Dessler. But you know, on a serious note, like health is such like you don't want to be a sick person that has to like deal with taking pills just to like continue living for 30 years of your life, lose control of fucking your right foot. Maybe your cock.
Lose control of your right, like your right foot's gonna go around committing auto thefts.
Yeah.
Like, hey, right foot, it's really not cool what you've been doing. I'm gonna ground you. Fuck you, Leo.
Yeah, it just uncontrollably starts killing people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But seriously, man, you take care of your bodies long term. You know, you want to be able to fucking meet your grandkids.
Yeah, says the guy with a belly full of tequila right now.
Well, you know, it's a probiotic, Danny.
Wish I had a belly.
Is it?
It's a probiotic.
But I mean, you know, there's well-adjusted, mentally healthy, and happy trans people out there. Power to them.
Right.
Yeah.
You are the minority of the minority for sure. We've looked at the statistics with suicide,
Yeah.
post and pre.
Yeah.
They stay the same. Why is that? That's all I'm saying. But I got love for all people. You know what I mean? But let's talk about the facts.
Yeah, if I could jump in on the trans suicide statistics, like I care a lot about it because
Yeah.
I don't like seeing people kill themselves.
I know, right?
Yeah, but
Well, you
You're a good
probably have an
man.
issue with Leo. Again, 3 Japanese boys hanging in the forest right now.
Yeah, because of his antics.
But it's
but-
against the religion. I mean, God doesn't send you to heaven if you kill yourself, right?
it's debatable.
According to Dante,
I don't
certainly
think
not.
so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
So according to Catholics, which I'm not, if you kill,
Your outfit's a little misleading.
yeah, I know, it's kind of a weird branding error. But, yeah, but according to Catholics, like murder is a capital punishment, or sort, like you have to repent to go to heaven for murder, and if you kill yourself, you've essentially murdered yourself,
Oh.
and you don't have time to repent, so you go to hell.
Damn, dude, that sucks, dude. That's a fuck up.
Yeah, that's just another thing Catholics be fucking up though.
Dude,
Protestant gang, where you at?
Catholics, dude, listen, dude. Whatever
Phobia,
happens,
Gang, gang.
if there is a heaven and there is a hell, hell sounds terrible.
Yeah,
It's not fun.
I really want to go to heaven. Heaven
Hey,
sounds
if
amazing.
You're gay,
It's
though,
joy.
You can still do gay stuff down there, probably.
In hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
With demons and elephants and
But
shit.
what
maybe-
if there's no pussy in heaven?
Maybe
I mean,
you
he
have to
doesn't get pussy in real life. Why
What if?
just saying?
Now, apparently, I heard
Does God have pussy or
there was
what?
some kind of book, a breakdown that they said basically you don't have those urges in heaven. It's just joy all the time, every single moment.
Yo, that's kind of gay.
yeah, but
dude.
isn't that mostly a little bit of speculation?
I mean, obviously, it's all
Okay.
speculation.
I mean, there were a couple of guys who went and came back.
Yeah. Steve-O's one.
He came back with like a lay and a,
Right.
and a harp.
Yeah, you
If
love
you're
it.
married, you should be totally able to have sex in heaven.
Yeah, with your wife.
Yeah, probably.
That's how it should be.
What about the virgins, bro? I'm gonna go to the Muslim gang up there. What if there's just a Muslim fucking line? All you have to do is
72?
just
Yeah,
in
you
the
get
line.
up there and you see the Muslims are up there too. You're like, what the fuck, y'all got in? And you got all those wives?
Yeah, they're like, we have 72 virgins.
That'd be so annoying. It would be just like it is in real life when you go to a nightclub.
Right.
It's always old Middle Eastern dudes with a bunch of hot chicks in their booth.
Yeah, dude. You're like,
And you're out on the dance
dumbass.
floor, shoulder
you're
to shoulder.
Catholic.
You're shoulder to
idiot.
shoulder with a bunch of like white kids on the dance floor competing for one beat chick. And the Middle Eastern dudes have the chicks with the fake titties up there. And the bottles of Cristal.
No, but imagine you're a Muslim, you've been a good Muslim all your life, you die, and you go to heaven, and it looks like a Star Trek convention. And they're like, well, we didn't specify the gender of the nerds, or of the virgins.
Oh, that's a good joke.
Yeah,
Did you steal that?
I might have heard it from somewhere. I
You
don't
probably stole that. That's a really good joke.
know. Yeah. Yeah, no, I do have another joke, which would ideally be said like at a wedding,
Okay, let me hear it.
but it's like, yeah, no sex until marriage. Now that I'm married, I can't wait to go have sex with whoever I want.
That'll go over well at your wedding.
Oh, I'm sure.
It'll go over great.
When are you gonna propose to your chick?
Count the
A
days.
year or so.
Really?
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You think you can go a year more of no sex plus however long it takes till the wedding?
Yeah.
You think you can do it?
Yeah.
What do you
if
jerk
when-
off?
Yeah.
You jerk off.
Yeah.
What do you
Do you,
jerk off to?
Obama.
Obama. Whatever. Anime usually.
You jerk
hentai.
off to anime?
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, look,
Do you see
there's-
that as less of a
Hell
sin?
yeah, dude.
Danny, there's gonna be mad fans that totally know what he's doing. Like they connect with him because of this.
Is it less sinful to jerk off to anime porn?
Yeah.
It's certainly more ethical.
Really?
Ethical? Is that the right word?
Really, because I watched some hentai once, and it was a giant octopus man, and he put 4 tentacles up a girl's fucking pussy.
You can never accidentally jerk off to an underage sex slave if you're watching hentai.
But
you're
listen-
paying the bills to a voice actor, some animators,
But listen-
some character designers.
How
That's
well are
it.
those animators treated, though? I know they're
like shit.
Exactly.
Like
Really?
Yeah, they were probably human trafficked, thrown into an AC-less room, and then a guy with a samurai sword, I can't talk, a samurai sword, oversees their work and makes them do like 1,000 doodles a minute.
You must do
Yeah.
14 more doodles before lunch. I do not care if 5 minutes lunch.
I am really proud of you
You'll not
guys
have a lunch.
because we brought up samurais twice and never talked about fat chicks.
I will cut a fat girl in half right now.
Stop it.
So
I
good,
am
man.
done with those people calling my sisters. Every time you talk shit about fat chicks, my sister gets calls, Danny. My older sister.
What?
Most of
Is
those
she
are just
fat?
me.
You son of a bitch. No, she's not. They just call and they're like, you should be ashamed of your brother.
Every
He's
time
such a
Danny talks
fucking
about
piece
fat
of
shit,
shit.
Wheezing. Their fat fucking voices clogging up the telephone lines.
Oh man, yeah. I did see a book, dude. You guys should go. You go look at the titles of books right now at a Barnes and Noble. Oh my god.
Pride stuff.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah. Not only that, I picked up a book and put it on my story. Fat Girls Hiking, a fat girl's guide to getting out there and getting active.
Here's how fat girls should go
see
hiking.
more.
They should be helicoptered up to the top of a mountain. And you know how when they like rescue a cow, they put the fucking tarp underneath it with the crane and they lift it up by helicopter? That's how they should be helicoptered up to the top. And then I should be waiting for them up there with a big steel boat, and I just kick them down the side.
Jesus Christ. That's
Just kick them until they roll like Sonic. All the way 13,000 feet to the base.
dude, people need to know that he's joking, I think, right? Do we need to tell everyone?
No, I want fat women to get out there and exercise. You know how many calories
I mean,
you burn
why
when
haven't
you're
we had-
tumbling down a mountain,
You're right,
Leo?
you're right. Why haven't we had a fucking... We should have a fat camp. I bet there's enough fat women out there that they agree with what we said.
Uh-huh.
You know, even though it was a joke, but they agree with the fat shaming because that is how you get people in shape. Honestly.
Shame.
Fat shame them. Back in the day, that's how it worked. You were in the 60s, you had a little bit too much pudding. You had a little bit too much cake, too much dessert. People just fucking George in the corner would be like, hey, kid, you're fat. You should probably fucking lose some weight,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's how it was.
Yeah, I think in...
Hey, do you smell that? That fat camp idea smells like the return of Tommy Trauma.
Tommy
That's
Trauma,
right. That was a
baby.
that was a good bit.
That's how it is in Japan too, apparently. Like if you're kind of like a fat guy walking around Japan, because I've seen videos of this,
Yeah.
Japanese people would come up to you, like Japanese women be like, "You're fat. You need to lose weight.
Yeah,
now."
Really?
Yeah, like so
Okay, I
fat-shaming the
have to
fuck
be
out of
complete,
you.
dude. This happened. I was having dinner with some friends at Korean all you can eat, one of those Korean barbecue places.
A helicopter might have to come pick you up, Leo.
Dude, yeah. I'm 245 pounds right now. So this fucking lady that she would come over and cook the meat for us, and there was a point where she came over and she put 3 pieces on like my plate and then goes, "This for them." Like I was eating too much. She's like, "For you, for them." And I was like, "What? Why are you divvying up the meat out of nowhere in the middle of the dinner?"
Maybe she was a big Danny Mullen fan. Then she went into the back room,
Right.
and you could see through the porthole window on the kitchen door,
Mm-hmm.
her just sharpening a samurai sword.
Dude, possible. It's possible. Now on that note, but I got fat shamed at a Korean joint.
Yeah, I was in Georgia this weekend. Went out filming, went cave diving, met up with Fandrew,
Mm-hmm.
the guy who avenged Iggy on the beach in Huntington. 4th of July video, remember him? But when
yeah.
I was out there, the thing that struck me the most is that all the minimum wage people working at gas stations or the janitors, they're not Bangladeshi, they're not from India, the Middle East, they're not Mexican. They're all just fat hicks, fat white hicks out there.
Oh, and you were in like rural Georgia, or was this just like
Yeah, rural Georgia.
It wasn't Atlanta.
We stayed in Atlanta, but most of the filming was done in rural Georgia. And it's interesting because when you see people working at a 7-Eleven here, you know they're immigrants, and they're probably, what's holding them back is not their IQ or their lifestyle. Most of it is just that they don't speak English.
Right.
And if they don't speak English, there's only so much they can do to ascend on the economic ladder here. But the people who broke my change, the people who cleaned the bathroom of the truck stop I visited, I could just see the cobwebs in their brain through their eyeballs, Leo.
Really?
They were just fucking tubs of stupid human shit.
God damn. Now,
Damn.
what do you attribute that to? How do we change that?
How do we change that? I don't know. I mean, there was a chick. Let me just give you a concrete example. There was a girl. I'm not going to specify which substance I think she was hooked on. Norcos. We pull up to McDonald's, and I go, yeah, can I just please have a small black coffee, please? And she responds, what else you want? And I go, excuse me? What else you getting? Just the coffee, thank you. Just the coffee. I was weary. We flew the red eye on Spirit Airlines, by the way. A Spirit Airlines red eye would have been more comfortable to be shot to the East Coast on a cannon. Out of a cannon.
Damn, dude. So what? They're trying to put as many people as possible in a plane.
The seats felt like torture devices. It felt like they paid more to make the seats uncomfortable.
That was your first time, right?
First time.
Yeah, it's
they're
like that
really
meme.
shitty.
First time.
First time.
First time.
Yeah.
I don't know if the planes are less safe. Like, I feel like we should have signed a waiver signing away our lives just to getting on that fucking piece of shit. But we get there. We go cave diving. I'm driving back to Atlanta. I'm exhausted because I couldn't sleep on that iron. I mean, it felt like the chair that they would... You've seen The Green Mile, right?
Yeah.
I feel like somebody was about to put a wet sponge on my head and pull a lever. That's how comfortable this piece of
Well,
shit
if they really hated you, they wouldn't wet the sponge.
That's true. That's true. The lady asked me, what else you getting? And I'm just like, what the fuck? I want a coffee. Why am I getting interrogated? But I hold my tongue because I'm a gentleman, Leo. And I was in a foreign land. I get around the corner to window number 1 and I look in. And it is just one of those soulless, one rung away. I don't even want to say rung, because rung conjures up the image of a ladder, and a ladder is sturdy. The only thing keeping her from plummeting into the world of prostitution and full-blown addiction is like the thread of a spider.
Okay.
A spider web is holding her up.
It was kind of like that lady who just thought, like, remember the lady in the trailer park in the Salton Sea that was like, I mean, apparently you have to pay taxes.
Yes.
Apparently you have to pay taxes.
Yes.
There's a tax man that came
Yes.
by and said I had to pay taxes.
Yes. Yes, this woman was Gloria 20 years before we met Gloria.
Damn.
And I look at her, she's just a white, pain pill addicted bitch taking orders at McDonald's. And I just thought, I'm sorry. This is sad. But good for you, still having a job.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's surprising that some people can just some people like that can just like go work. I mean, probably on some drugs and stay throughout the entire day.
Personally, I think they still have white privilege. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
making
you're right.
$2 an hour.
You're right.
They're fucking oppressors.
Yeah, they are. I mean, she pulls all the strings in America today, this bitch who made me my coffee.
Yeah.
She's the one running shit.
Yeah, dude.
Those are the
exactly.
those are the kind of people that pee in your coffee and shit, though, Danny. I mean,
know, you gotta
were
be
Were
careful.
you sure you weren't?
No, she
little-
does not peeing in my coffee. She pees in people of color's coffee.
You think so?
Danny,
Yeah.
that woman is
That's how
so
she holds 'em
evil
down.
and so spiteful that she basically volunteers time at a coffee shop just to harass people.
Yes. So she's basically doing blackface, is what you're saying. She is playing the role of a low-skilled person of color working a menial job.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, but she's also extra spiteful and just wants to ruin people's days.
Yeah, because in her normal life, she's at the World Economic Forum.
Oh, yeah.
She's in Dubai. She's figuring out how to demolish a fucking low-income block and build a high-rise.
What do you think of the saying?
Totally.
Ignorance is the root of all evil.
I thought money was the root of all evil, is the saying.
Ignorance is bliss.
I've heard that one.
I heard that one, man. That's fucking deep.
Heard that
True,
one.
man. It's true. No, but ignorance can be the root of all evil. As
I
well.
think you're mixing it up with don't contribute
Let me see.
to malice what could be contributed to ignorance.
Ignorance.
I've never heard that before.
A tribute, yeah.
Okay, ignorance is the
I
root
don't really
of all
agree with
evil.
it. I think it's sometimes people are very malicious.
Well, people can be possessed by malicious
Plato
intent.
said ignorance is the root of all evil. It says
All right.
it. Google says that,
All
but
right.
I don't know if it's legit or not.
Leo's
Hey,
quoting
dude,
When
Plato.
Plato himself is ignorant. How
According
funny
to
is
Plato,
that?
who also famously gave us a still current definition of its opposite knowledge. All
He
right.
also said there was a city underwater.
Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Yeah.
My favorite Play-Doh is probably the violet color.
Let me hear it.
The joke already came and went, Leo.
That one went over my head. At least
Play-Doh.
King Croc laughed. Oh,
Oh,
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. Oh, you guys are low. Yeah, these guys, dude.
But you had to be low IQ to get that one. That was the point.
yeah, true.
No,
I
no,
fuck
no,
with some Play-Doh.
no,
I play with
no.
Play-Doh.
I guess it's high IQ. It's a pun.
Such an
It's a
asshole.
pun.
King Croc's fucking well read.
I'm saying I take it back. You're low IQ for not getting it.
Right, there we go. Dude, King Croc, you told somebody, you put on your story that Think and Grow Rich was given to you by somebody else, and it pissed me off.
By Idris Elba.
Yeah.
It was a joke, dude.
He did say Idris Elba gave him Think and Grow Rich.
And then
instead of Danny. Dude, see?
No, I shouted you out.
At the end of the day, dude, if Idris came around here, dude, you know he'd be a bigger fan than of yours, bro.
I'm bouncing, Danny.
A
I'm
big
not
black
gonna lie.
man, a big black stud like Idris.
If
Very attractive.
Idris Elba needs a token black crew member, I'm gone.
You're
buddy.
gone, bro.
letting you
That's
know
okay,
right
though. I totally understand. If you didn't leave us for Idris Elba, I would be
Like,
upset.
what's wrong with you, dude?
I would be upset.
I'm just kidding. You know, I fucking love you guys. So.
Did you finish Think and Grow Rich yet?
No.
All right. Well, at least you're probably doing better than a Leo, who
It's a
just
guidebook.
reads half of the sex chapter. And
I go
then
to the chapter,
goes
yeah.
to sleep,
It's true. It's
jerks
true.
off, then goes to
But
sleep.
every time I read, dude, I have listened to the 10-hour lecture he actually gave in person multiple times. I reread the chapters over and over. I think it has rereadability because it
Yeah, it's a
always
guide.
hits. You know what I mean? It always hits because you can always relate it to things that are happening in your life, kind of. So, yeah, it's a beautiful thing, whether you read the whole book or not.
Yeah, that was a very long-winded way of saying I didn't read the book.
Hey, but that was literally
Better finish
college.
it.
That's
I will.
college for me right there, though. Like what King Croc just did was college.
Hey,
You could just-
bullshitting your way out of doing anything.
Oh yeah,
Those few paragraphs of Don Quixote changed Leo's
right.
life.
Yeah.
dude. It's all about belief. If you believe, it's belief.
Okay.
You should get on
You must believe.
Ty Lopez's quick reading system,
He has one, right?
the skimming summary system.
Dude, I follow Ty Lopez on Instagram. A big fan of Ty Lopez.
Gets
I back
pussy, dude.
every girl he follows is like a 19-year-old fucking chick
Yeah.
in a bikini laying out on the beach.
Yeah.
Of course.
He's so shameless. He follows like a Robert Greene, so there's one other author. Maybe he follows Ryan Holiday, another guy who writes motivational books, and then it's like fucking Mildred, who lives in Sweden. Then it's Vicky, who lives in Huntington Beach. Then it's Clarissa in Los Angeles with her fucking tits pressed out in her
Hell yeah.
avatar. He's the
what's
man.
What's his net worth, you think?
Probably.
Probably a lot less than he makes it seem.
Why do you say that?
There was just like some stuff where like he claimed he owned like a house and these cars, but they were all rentals.
No, that was bullshit. It was his house was on Zillow, but a ton of houses are on Zillow. He was just renting the house. He rents the house.
Oh, really?
I've listened to a lot of Ty Lopez content. I'm pretty good at picking out a bullshitter. I don't think he's a bullshitter. He's definitely loaded.
No, I do think he's definitely loaded now. Like after selling all his programs and stuff, but I feel like he plays it up at least a bit because that's sort of like his
Yeah.
whole thing. Like it has to be based on him making a ton of money because he's going to teach you how to make a ton of money.
Yeah, what you're saying is he definitely shows off his Lamborghinis in his mansion in a way that is it would make you think he was bluffing. But then again, I watched one of his 2-hour lectures once, and for 2 hours with no notes, he just talked about personal development, and it was actually spellbinding. I mean, his ability to quote, to cite examples, his use of rhetoric, he's just really good and really smart. And from what I've seen in life, it's hard to fake that kind of shit. Like, you can't do that yet still be broke. If you can do all that, the rest of your life is probably caught up to that level of IQ, and you're rich.
Yeah, I know he used to sell farmland and stuff. It's just you see a lot of those guys that they teach you like all these things to get rich and like how to make money, but the way they make all their money is just telling people how to make money.
I mean, like you said, he was selling real estate before that. Or I don't know if it was selling farmland. He like surveyed farmland for some guy, and that was his first business. And he got paid like $8,000 to do that. And that's when he realized he needed to be an entrepreneur. Yeah, I think there are definitely those guys out there, but there's also a tendency for a lot of people who are underachieving in their life in general, just to be like, fuck Think and Grow Rich, fuck Tony Robbins, fuck Ty Lopez. That shit doesn't work. Oh, I'm late for my work at Subway.
Yeah, I'm definitely not in the fuck Ty Lopez camp. I've been following him like ever since his viral video happened like a long time ago.
And also, I want to say that he's not in the same boat as Tony Robbins and Napoleon Hill, who are like great.
All right, then give us a blueprint for young O'Neill, for example. Give us a blueprint. What do you think a college grad should do to try to become a wealthy man?
Well, he should flash his genitals to his girlfriend for once.
That's true. I wish we could force him to do that.
I think the blueprint should be that you got to realize that anything other than professional sports are within your grasp, O'Neill. And depending on your build down there, maybe professional porn.
Wow.
That could be out of reach too. Anything else, though, you can achieve. And it's hard to internalize that when you're your age, where you are right now, sitting on a filthy couch wearing a priest's robes. It's hard to make sense of that. But I truly believe that if you put in roughly 10 years into anything, you can become great at it. You can make a great living. And it's just a matter of convincing yourself of that and doing it day in and day out and having faith, I know you got plenty of that it'll pay off.
Right.
And if you can do that, eventually it'll become a reality, that future you see in your head.
That's why like Kamala Harris, she's
Great
one of
woman.
my biggest inspirations because it showed me that somebody, like, it doesn't matter how stupid you are. You can achieve great things.
Stupid? Kamala? You're racist. She's
You're
the best
right,
first lady, the best vice president we've ever had. Forgot she wasn't the fucking first lady.
She was the president for like 4 hours, remember?
She's the highest ranking chick ever in the history of the United States, right?
Dude, there was
God damn.
when we were in Georgia, there's this Mexican dude who's
I
their
wanna fuck her so
he's
bad.
their drug dealer. His name's German, and he brought over an obese Latina girl, and she gets over, and she immediately, when she gets into the room, starts talking shit about America. It's the first thing out of her mouth, like, fuck America. It's so hard for German to get his green card. This country sucks. I want to go back to Mexico. Like, instantly. And so the other guys who were there and me just start fucking with this chick. I start speaking in an Australian accent. I'm like, you're damn right. The only thing good about this country is that Kamala Harris, I also like that AOC. She's got some good ideas. We tell the chick also that Nico is a full-blown communist and that his dad like led the October Revolution. And we keep kicking it to Nico. We're like, Nico, how do you say America is a pile of shit in Russian? And Nico's just like, Babushka und potato farm muskataka. And the girl's like, yeah, damn right. I fucking agree with that shit, yo. Like, fuck America. And we were just like fucking with this girl for hours, saying stuff like, yeah, Kamala Harris is a genius.
Why can't we be patriotic anymore, man?
I don't know, man.
It'll change, I hope. You know, they still fly fighter jets over NASCAR events, so we still have that.
Yeah. Hey, 4th of July's coming up. We got another chance to
Go
show
see
everybody
Top
what
Gun,
we're made
man.
of.
Go see Top
Yeah,
Gun,
dude.
guys, if you haven't. It'll pump
Yeah,
you.
I
It's
was just
pretty
talking with my
patriotic.
Korean roommate a couple nights ago, and we're talking about like politics between our governments, and we ended up like agreeing that like each other's governments sound better. Because he asked me like, "Oh, what about impeachment?" Because I was talking about how Joe Biden sucks because of the gas prices. So, "Oh, what about impeachment?" Like, yeah, we really can't impeach a president for sucking. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we could do that in Korea." I'm like, "Say what?" And he goes on and says that in like 2014, Korea had their first female president, and she like mishandled this crisis where a cruise ship sank, and she ended up getting impeached and served time in prison.
Riddle me a
that?
surprise.
Damn.
Yeah, literally just for being bad at her job.
That sounds a little harsh, the prison part.
Yeah.
You think so? What if she was like, fuck that cruise ship? They can suck my dick. You don't think it was a little harsh,
And
dude? Where she
she popped up on top of the podium
Yeah.
and fingered herself until she squirted.
There you go. You don't think she deserved a little jail time for that?
I think just a little slap on the wrist will show her.
Dude, if she really just... She really hit it, like she really kept going, and everybody was like, "What do we?" It's like 30 minutes in, and finally,
What if she puts it up her pussy and all you hear is like, "Fuck that cruise ship, yo!" I'm gonna keep talking like a Latino person. Fuck that cruise ship, yo! That shit sucks. Watch this. Yeah, fuck that fucking cruise ship. I hope everybody drowned. I hope the captain stayed on and went down with the ship. Yeah, fuck you, people. And I don't care about their families neither.
she puts a condom on the mic and fucks her.
No condom.
Fucks the mic.
She just puts it right up there.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, look, see. Well, we've reached some kind of greater truth on this podcast, huh?
Or we've
chip away.
offended nearly all the population of
I think
everywhere.
we have.
Yeah.
But yes,
It's pretty
chip it away.
offensive
I will
podcast.
say though.
is there any group we haven't hit yet? Real quick before we end.
I can't wait to tell my Korean
Fuck
roommate
the
this
New
bit.
Zealanders.
All right, but so now that I'm 35, though, I have seen a couple of my friends from high school become what I would say rich. What is rich? And they all kind of did start something right at like 18 and stick with it until 35. And they got really good at that thing. One guy started, selling marijuana, right? And then he did it legally in a store, and then he just sold that store for $7 million.
Damn.
It's pretty good, dude.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be the Leo and Danny show. And to wrap up, sell your weed business.
Yeah.
Start one
For
if you
a
don't
profit.
have one yet. Preferably.
Later on.
But if you got to sell
Sell
one.
drugs.
No.
Yeah, well, why does it have to be weed, Leo?
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know any other guys that are rich besides that guy.
What about
so-
the heroin dealers?
Wow, the heroin dealers are out there. They're a little shady, so I don't know their net worth.
They
I don't
sound
want
like you should be best friends with them.
heroin dealers. I mean, it's a good business. You go to the you find them when they're most vulnerable in rehab, and you sell it to them right as they get out, and they go right back in. It's just a circular kind of thing.
There's the blueprint, kids. Thank you.